Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, this is the National Football League.
Of Super Bowl 48, the Seahawks and Broncos are underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there. And the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade, now in his 4th NFL season, Drew Lock.
It wasn't the easiest of times in Denver for Drew Lock, who was unseated after a single 4-win season as the Broncos starter. The Russell Wilson trade sent him to a fresh start and a starting opportunity with the Seahawks. Maybe a change of scenery is exactly what's needed to bring the potential out of the former second-round pick.
Lock going to throw on the first play. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Now in his 4th year, you still have to marvel at the type of athlete that DK Metcalf is. Honestly, unfair to ask some corners to lock this guy down. And as we know, not many can. 75 catches, a career high 12 touchdowns last season, and a first down with that catch there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Lock. They set up the screen to Penny. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Penny, a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now Lock going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout. And he is going to lose yardage here. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Locke to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The offense has to love that, because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On second and 9, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it, because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
Wilson now to throw on third down. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. No score after 1 on EA Sports. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, maybe said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good, and the Broncos the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. A beautiful fake. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did it with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Locke. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. He let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. On the draw, this is Penny. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Block off of play action. Throw out wide to Walker. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 31, Wilson. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Wilson. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy from 3 yards out. And the Broncos are in for 6. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, 73 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. Now Wilson on first down. This pass caught by Hamler. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. From the 6. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in Dallas.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bronco offense ready to begin this 3rd quarter play. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They give it to Williams, running right. He'll get this to about the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at their own 23. On play action, Locke. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Inside handoff, Penny. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Locke going to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun, and he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Locke working out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They look to throw. It's Locke. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This from 32 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon from 10 yards out. And the Broncos get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. But that makes this a two-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Wilson going to throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at their own 24. Now Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go. Do you tighten up? Let's go. Do you tighten up? Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Lock. Leaves it for Penny. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Lock. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
They'll run with Penny. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Lock. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Lock to throw. That's caught by Penny. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18. A nice gain of 21 yards. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, they'll throw with Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Oh, yeah.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock dumps that off to Penny, his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, the championship game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.